we'll start. Hi everyone, and welcome to another live session from the series How to Get a Professional Job in Australia. And this is live session number 133, which means that every week for the last 133 weeks, I am here delivering information and sharing some information about the validation process, engineering qualification validation process in Australia, also about jobs in Australia, and also about other subjects related to the engineering. And tonight, I'm going to talk about what will be your checklist for 2022. So you can set yourself up for success in getting your first professional job here in Australia. But first, for those that don't know me, my name is Gerson Ida, and I'm the founder of the website www.engineersinaustralia.com, a website to share content of value and useful information to help you in your journey to validate your engineering qualification in Australia. And if you like already the subject tonight, please hit the like in your platform, either in the YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. That helps the platform to share and to distribute the video to other people as well, and help, obviously, my channel as well. So if you haven't joined the Telegram group yet, I've got a Telegram group. Telegram is like WhatsApp. It's a messaging app. And for those that don't know, I've got a group called Engineering Qualification Validation. And we've got almost 800 members in the group. It's a free group. And the PDF that I produce in these live sessions, when I have some engagements, I post in the Telegram group. So if you're not a member yet, I will copy and paste the link so you can join the Telegram group. So join the Telegram group using this link. So you can access. So I'm just going to copy the link, Control C, Control V. Yep. And also in Instagram. And also I'm going to paste in Facebook. And Facebook, where's Facebook? Facebook is playing up at the moment. But anyway, that's okay. But I think you guys can still hear me. And I will copy and paste also the link for you to register to the free online workshop that I'm going to run in March, starting on the 6th of March. The workshop is called I Want to Become an Engineer in Australia. And in 1 week, I will teach you everything that you need to know to start your validation process. So bear with me, and I will share very soon the link for you to register. So without further ado, we will start with the content, and we're going to talk about the checklist for you to get your first professional job in Australia. I would like to know, are you already working as an engineer in Australia? So maybe you put in the comments if you are working or not, so I know if this live is going to be helpful for you to get your first professional job, or perhaps the information can help you to progress in your professional career here in Australia. I am working as an engineer, as you probably know if you follow me already for some time. I've been working as a professional engineer here since 2008, pretty much. In 2005, between 2005 and 2008, I was working related to engineering things, especially project management, but more so from 2008. I've been working as a professional engineer here in Australia, so it's been already 14 years. So the first item to be in your checklist is to invest time in your curriculum vitae. So you've got to make sure that you include the basic information in your CV. And I have a live session, probably going to do another live session. I've done already a few times, but it's always good to refresh and run with details about the CV. It's very important that you provide all your basic information, your personal data, your goals, your skills, your academic training, professional experiences, results that you obtained, courses, extracurricular activities, professional references, and so on. Also in your CV, it's important to customize your curriculum. That's a very common mistake that a lot of people, they don't get a job and they ended up complaining that they don't even get a phone call because they just sent a generic CV to everybody. So they copy and paste the same curriculum vitae to every single job. Yeah, sorry guys, we had a little bit of an issue with the internet connection, but I believe that we are back now. So looks like now we are back. I think we are back now. So my apologies for that. But we resumed, I think. And I think I was talking about the CV. So the first item in the checklist is to invest time in your CV, to include your basic information in your CV, to customize. Just a second, I'm just going to turn off my mobile day so it doesn't come some of the notifications. So to customize your curriculum and also to provide evidences of the achieved results. That's all about just the CV. Another important thing that you need to do, investing your time in your CV, is to not leave until the last minute to write up your CV. A lot of people, they see that they're going to apply for a job and then the job is going to be, or the application date is going to be closing in like 10 days. So people then obviously procrastinate, they don't really do their homework, they don't do it, they just leave for tomorrow, leave for tomorrow, leave for tomorrow, and then one day or on the day that the job application date is going to close, they just rush and they don't invest time researching about the company, researching about the position, perhaps trying to contact the recruitment agent and talk about the position. So they don't do their research, and therefore they don't really tailorize or customize the CV according to that job application. So why is that important, Jerson? It's important because, I recruit a lot of people. I recruit in my job. I have a lot of engineers. I have a lot of project managers working the company, and I'm usually in the panel. And I can see, and I read already hundreds of curriculums and hundreds of applications. And I can tell you that it's very easy to note when the candidate didn't spend time or didn't invest enough time in the application. The application is very bland, or the application has outdated data. The application is not customized to the position. You can see that the candidate just kind of a copy and pasted. And, when you are shortlisting, you usually receive dozens and dozens of applications. And if you find an application that's not from a candidate that didn't invest time, you're probably not going to shortlist that one there. The other important thing in your checklist, so the first one is about the CV, your curriculum vitae. The second item in the checklist is about your cover letter. Similarly to the curriculum vitae, you need to understand that the cover letter is very important. In most job opportunities, there is a job description or a position description where the company or the recruitment agency, they put a brief explanation about the company. They talk about what the position is going to do. Perhaps they even talk about the project that the successful candidate is going to be delivering. And in your cover letter, you need to make sure that you address the selection criteria or the key competencies that are listed in the position description. A lot of people, they don't pay attention to that. Usually job descriptions, they are 2, 3, 4 pages, and candidates, they don't really read the full document. They just read the first few paragraphs and then they just start applying. But it's very important that you read the full job description and you find what are the key competencies, what are the selection criteria that the company is asking for. And those ones you need to address in your cover letter, making sure that you include enough evidences. Another important thing in a cover letter is about a generic cover letter. Never do that. Sometimes, not sometimes, probably most of the times, when we are recruiting for engineers or project managers, we receive, and I have analyzed already, many cover letters that it's kind of just half a page. Hi, my name is Gerson Ida. I'm a civil engineer. I'm a motivated civil engineer looking for an opportunity to work in the construction industry. And I would love to explore further my skills and competencies in a professional interview. Regards, Gerson Ida. So you could be asking yourself, who is stupid enough to send a cover letter like that? A lot of people, they send that cover letter, and when I receive that cover letter, it goes straight to the rubbish bin, because in the job description, especially the ones that we put in the market, it says very clearly that your cover letter needs to address the selection criteria, describing why you should be considered for that position. And clearly the candidate didn't read the job description. And if a candidate doesn't pay attention to the job description, you put a lot of time to prepare the job description, to review the job description, to make sure that it fits to what you need to recruit. And then on the other side, the person doesn't even read the job description. Do you want that type of person to work with you? Probably not. So that's why it's very important. If the cover letter, if the job description is asking you to develop a cover letter addressing competencies, and if you don't, it means that one, either you're not interested, two, you probably didn't read even the job description, and therefore you're also not interested, and it's going to be very unlikely that you're going to be shortlisted. The other item in the checklist, I'm just going to check here. It's very important nowadays to differentiate the difference between job search and job research. So a lot of people, they are searching for a job. And when you are just searching for a job, you're probably competing with majority of people that are just searching for a job. Yeah, Gerson, but what do I need to do? Well, you need to research the job. And what's the difference? So and it's not very common, this concept, but in my years and years of recruiting engineers, I noticed that the successful candidates that we selected, they usually do job research. I myself, I do it every time that I apply for a job or apply for a temporary promotion, etc. I do job research, and I'm usually successful. Just yesterday, I was just I was doing my boss's job. My boss, he went on leave, and I applied to be in his position until yesterday, and I got the job. So that's the difference between search and research. Some of the job search characteristics. One, they are old school job search. They're based on the past and looking for similar jobs. So you think, oh yes, I applied before in that job and I got the job. So next job, I'm going to do the same, and I'm hoping that I'm going to get the job. So that's the based on the past and looking for similar jobs. Also, job search. Another characteristic is to send loads of resumes like a machine gun. And I know many people that they actually engage companies, and those companies, they send like 400, 500 resumes to I don't know who. So this is job search. And do you think that the company is going to tailorize or customize each application? 500? No, they're just going to get your generic resume and cover letter maybe, and we'll send like a machine gun for 500 companies. You're not going to get a job. Resumes and cover letters are pretty much the same. They are just generic documents that are sent to all of those companies. And obviously, recruitment panels, when they read those applications, they notice, and you're probably not going to be successful in that. And job search, you don't spend time to prepare your documents because you're just sending the same generic documents. On the other hand, the job research characteristics, they explore your personal brand. You think that you are selling yourself as a professional. Your resume and your cover letter will transpire what would it be like to work with you and the value you can bring to the company. The documents are strategic, tailored to the position you are applying for. You read the position description, you read the company's website, you researched about the projects, and you tailored your resume and your cover letter. One CV is different to the other CV, as positions are usually different. Even if they are the same title. They could be the same title, but the companies, they could be different, or the companies could be the same industry, but having different areas or different projects. So one CV is going to be very difficult for one CV to be exactly the same as another CV that you send into a different position. Also, another characteristic of job research, you invest time to prepare your documents by researching about the company, the projects that they are delivering, the profile of people in the interview panel. Sometimes you have the luxury to know who is going to be the interview panel if you are shortlisted. And then you can research about them, you can see what sort of a strengths they have, and address that in your interview as well. The other item in the checklist for you to get a job as a professional engineer here in Australia in 2022 is to be job ready. And what does that mean? There are a few things that I want to talk about how to become job ready. First of all, you need to increase your networking abilities. Networking is vital for you to get noticed. Get to know who is who in the zoo. It does elevate your profile and make connections. Yeah, I know that now with the COVID-19 restrictions, it's a bit harder because organizations, they were doing face-to-face events. They moved to online events. They are now trying to get back to face-to-face events, but now with this Omicron and those sort of things, some of the face-to-face events now being canceled again. So it's a bit harder because when you are on a face-to-face event, then you can obviously practice and increase your networking. But still, online catch-ups and webinars, they're still good because you can somehow virtually participate. Some of the webinars or workshops, they have breakout rooms where you're going to be put together with another few people there in the industry. And depending on your interaction, you will get to know them and they'll get to know you. So it's a way that you can also improve your networking. It's not the same as face to face, but it still can be done. And I'm going to just share with you the PDF, how the PDF is taking shape. And just need to find this one here. So that's how the PDF is taking shape. So first, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a picture of this. Take a picture of that there. And then I'm going to make now a post in my Instagram. And what I would like you guys to do is to like the post and answer that question in the comments. So, and if I have engagements, I will then produce this PDF from the Word document. And then I'm going to post in my Telegram group. So next. Write in the comments the answer to the question. And this Word document will be sent to the Telegram group. Okay, like the post and right. Okay, so it's sharing. Yeah, that's it. So it's my last post in my Instagram profile. It's a bit blurred, but what you need to do is to like the post and write in the comments the answer of that question. And if I have engagement, which means likes and answers, I will then send this PDF to the Telegram group. As you can see, invest time in your CV. It's got all the information there about the cover letter that I mentioned. And also about the difference between job search and job research. And also about job ready. There's still a few more things about job ready. So just going back to my notes. Yes, so first of all is about the networking that I mentioned to you. And being the Telegram group also is part of this networking building because there are more engineers there. And when I know about job opportunities, I usually post in the Telegram group as well. The other item, very important item to be job ready, is to validate your engineering qualification. A lot of people, they were very smart and clever, and they took the opportunity of the pandemic and when the borders were closed to actually action and validate their engineering qualification. And I've got a couple of students that they validated late last year. And as soon as they got their qualification validated, they managed to get a job as a professional engineer already. Why is that? One, because the borders were closed, still a bit closed, and the supply of engineers, especially overseas engineers, were not there. It's about Engineers Australia published a figure, I think, about 17,000 overseas engineers that didn't come per year. So if you think about 2 years of the pandemic and the borders were closed, we didn't receive 34,000 engineers in Australia. So those engineers that are here in Australia, and especially if they are validated, obviously they get much more employable. And majority of reputable companies, they will ask you if you have your engineering qualification validated, which demonstrates that you have been assessed by Engineers Australia and your qualification is equivalent to an Australian qualification. Oh yeah, Gerson, but I know many people that they talk about that you don't need to validate your engineering qualification to get a job in Australia. Yeah, sometimes you don't, especially because the engineering profession is not regulated in Australia as a nation. Each state has its own legislation. Queensland, for example, it's been already 90 years that the profession of the professional engineer is regulated. So you need to be registered with the professional engineering board here in Queensland to provide professional engineering services. And it's a criminal offense if you are not registered and provide professional engineering services without being registered. In New South Wales and Victoria, since July last year, they started with the registration scheme. It's not a comprehensive scheme like the Queensland one, but I believe that it's going to become a very comprehensive in few years' time. In other states, I know that Engineers Australia, they are working together with other states, obviously suggesting, encouraging that those states, they legislate to register or to regulate the profession of a professional engineer. So, but if you are not a validated engineer already, what can you do? Well, one, you can start your validation process. You can go to Engineers Australia website and then read the Migration Skills Assessment booklet and try to understand everything and start your validation process. You can also check my videos. I've got more than 180 videos in YouTube, and you can check them all. They're all for free, and then you can start your validation process as well. Or if you want to participate in my free online workshop, you're also more than welcome to attend. If you are not registered yet, you can register using this link that I'm going to copy and paste now. So register in the next free workshop. And just removing some comments in YouTube in the free workshop. So paste it in YouTube and also paste it in Instagram. All right. So certainly there are many other things that you can do as part of your checklist to be part to get your professional job here in Australia. But I try to keep these live sessions to half an hour, so I'm conscious of time. And I hope that the information has helped you to have an idea the things that you need to do to get your first professional job here in Australia. Perhaps if you put in practice one or two of the items, it can help you already. If you manage to put all of the items that we spoke about tonight, certainly your chances will increase quite substantially. So just checking if there's any question there. No, and Facebook, I don't know, but Facebook in my page, it's not giving me my access to the live session. All right. So I would like to thank you guys very much. And next week, next Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Brisbane time, I'm going to talk about some of the main mistakes that engineers they make while they are doing their validation process. So if you are an engineer and if you are thinking or if you are doing your validation process, you cannot miss next week's live session, because I'm going to talk some of the mistakes that I've seen that a majority of engineers they make when they are doing their validation process. So thank you very much. You have a very good end of Sunday, and I'll see you next Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Brisbane time. Thank you very much, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.